This is Rue in his little quarantine enclosure. And this down here is my incubation container. And right over there, I don't know if it'll focus or not. It's not going to. But right in there is my first hatchling. I am so excited. That is my first hatchling ever. These are not the first eggs I've ever incubated, but this is the first hatchling that has ever successfully hatched out of one of my eggs. I'm super, super excited about this. The mother of this clutch is Lady. She is my Evans Hypo Conda. And the father is Chaz, my Lavender. So all these babies should be 100% het Evans Hypo, 100% het Lavender, which is what I'm going for because I want to make purple hazes. Oh, hello, cutie. Oh, you're so freaking cute. I don't know how many of these are going to hatch. There were 15 good eggs, but mold got in and started attacking them. Down here, there is one bad egg by itself that has mushrooms basically growing out of it, but it still has egg white on it, so I'm not sure if it's going to make it or not. I'm going to just keep it. We're going to incubate it until there's no debate. It doesn't smell bad. Anyway, there's the baby. You can see it breathing inside the egg. Obviously, it's a normal, but the question is, does it have conda in it? All it took was one slice to come out of the egg. I don't see any other cuts. So I don't want to leave these out too long because the other eggs could still be developing. It's not super warm in here, although I did just turn off the air conditioning. Yeah, it's only about 77 in this room. You know, I prayed to God and said, you know, if I can just get one out of these 15, I'll be satisfied with it because everything seems to be going wrong. If this is the one, the only one, I'll be happy with what I got. You can see some of the other things don't look all that great. At least there's that one. I wish you would flick your tongue again or something. I think this is all we're going to get for now. If I have more babies hatch out, I will do a clip into this. Of course, now that I'm recording, he's not going to do it again. I swear, it's something about electronics that they can detect, because they stop moving completely when anything turns on. Oh, you following me? Do you see me? Alright, it's June 25th. This is the day that these babies were scheduled to hatch. And as you can see, we have this little one here, which was the first one to pip. Still hasn't wanted to come out. This was the second one to pip, and it is a conda. Yeah, he came right out. Like, there was barely any hesitation, maybe 8 hours. There's this one up here. I don't think that one was the next to pip. I think this one was right here. So this one was next to pip, and then these two pipped. And I probably can't see it down in this corner. You know, avert your eyes if you don't like to see dead things, but this is an egg that was going bad, so I decided to cut it. And that might have been a mistake, or it might have been unavoidable either way. But this baby was still developing. They should have all developed about around the same time. They were all put in the incubator at the same time, but this baby was obviously turning into a runt. So I can't focus on this one in the lower corner because the camera is too close. This is not a close focusing lens. Maybe I'll do something for it later, but basically that baby did not develop. Well, I should say it's more like its yolk somehow became hard boiled and the baby was not able to absorb all of it. There was a gelatinous fatty mass on top of it. I didn't even know there was a baby in there. I thought what I was seeing was a bunch of dead cells. And so I cut it open one day, put it back in there, just to see what would happen. The outside of the egg started deteriorating, not as bad as it looks right now, but it was pretty bad. And so I decided to move the gelatinous mass off. I took it out of the incubator. I wanted to see what it looked like underneath. And to my shock and horror, there was a baby underneath. And I thought, well, it's probably a stillborn. It's not going to come out. And it started moving. And I was like, oh, crud. So I got on the Hognose Snake forums on Facebook, or just to say the Facebook group there, and asked for some help. All the recommendations were pretty much put it back inside the incubator and it'll pop out on its own in 2 days. This is only a day later, probably about 16 hours later, and the baby is not moving anymore. Was not moving. So you see its head popped out there. I did that. I pulled the head out because I wanted to see if it got to the air, if it would take a breath, and it did not. So I think what happened was there is a sac that is encased around the baby, and this one was particularly thick. And when I was digging underneath the fatty, mucousy mass on top of it, I think I accidentally punctured that sac, and it sadly drowned. So I don't know if the baby would have been strong enough, as small as it is, to punch out of that sac anyways. So this might have been the result, whether or not I had interfered with it. I don't know about these 2 eggs, but if they haven't hatched by the 27th, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just slit the tops, because as it is, there were 15 eggs in this clutch, and more than half of them at this point have gone bad. So if I get lucky, I might get 7. There is another egg down in the incubator by itself, and that one looks worse than this one does. I don't actually expect anything to happen with that, but you never know. So I'm just going to walk around the camera here and see if this one at the top center right here might be a Conda. I can't really tell. I won't know until it's fully out. This one is a normal right here. This one looks like a normal, but I won't know until it pops out. Hello, cutie. That one's a normal. This one here that was underdeveloped, I guess you could say. The body's fully there and fully developed. It's just tiny, so it didn't grow. The one that didn't grow was a Conda, sadly. This one, depending upon what it is. I mean, I'm going to hold it back at least a male and a female if there's that many. I'm thinking 3 snakes to hold back, but I'm not sure. These are all Chaz and Lady's babies, so 100% Evans Hypo and 100% Het Lavender. And if they have Conda, I'm definitely holding them back, even though Conda is not my favorite gene. Trying to do this as a business in the future, so the future's here. So I need to appeal to a wider audience. Even if I just use a Conda paired with a normal, I can get what I like, and then I can get, some things that other people might like. So yeah, we'll come back and revisit these little guys once they are completely out of the egg, and we'll probably have a separate video for this one in the lower corner when I pull it out, so we can look at it and see what how far along it was in its development.